weather warmed up finally, and we got some clear skies instead of rain, so we could try out the illumibot on the house instead of just a dollhouse. And so here's some initial tests. I'm going to try a few other prompts and we'll see how they look too. So there you go. It's not all the way dark yet. This one, I was trying a stone castle facade, and since it's not completely dark, I said bright colors, kind of a Disney style, and so it's got a mixture of the two. And for tonight's test, we're using that new BenQ projector that I recently did a review on, and it's performing well. In fact, let's walk up and see how it looks up close. It's one of the things I like about projection mapping when you have a good facade is it looks like it actually is the house. The house is made of this. It gives it an augmented reality look, which I really like. I mean, it looks as if my house is made of colorful stone. That's really cool. And the little shadow over there is from the trees here, casting shadow. This isn't my permanent location for the projector, so let's try some other prompts. This is cool. Alright, here's kind of a Tim Burton Victorian style facade. So like this, I don't know what you call that, the triangular articular shape on there. That looks really cool where they placed that. So this is cool. This is fun. Obviously, I need to learn how to do the prompt so I can get what I want. I know how to do it more or less in Photoleap, so I'll have to play around with this and see what I can get out of the prompt. Okay, next I'm going to try the animate feature. There's a animate thing too to get some basic visualizations. So I'm going to try that next. Actually, before we switch this one, I want to get closer. Like these columns here look real. They look like they're really there, and they're not actually there. And the light above the door, and then my house juts out a little bit right here, which works out really good because that makes it look like that part of the porch is 3D and it makes it look more realistic. It's pretty cool. See if I come at it from the side, you can kind of see the illusion better. That's cool. I like that. And then this one, there's a button that you can, if you don't know what you want to do for prompt and just want to see a sample, there's a button that says surprise me, and it does kind of a random prompt generation. So that's what this one is. I forget what the prompt was. That wolf looks cool. Alright, how about something not Halloween? So I did a prompt of a gingerbread house with brightly colored candy, and I did a couple of different variations. So here's the first one. Very brightly colored. I love it. I like it. Let's look at the next one. Alright, here we got a gingerbread house. Looks like we could do something a little different there. And this might be where it's a good symbiotic relationship between getting the base facade, which can take a lot of time to do it ourselves, and then if you want to add some additional details, then you can use other AI generated assets like the ones on our Patreon, because you could easily put a door or a window or something there. Alright, let's look at the next gingerbread. Okay, here's the third one. So with each prompt you can choose if you want to do like 1, 2, or 3 generations. So I really like the candy one at first, and then I think this is my second favorite. I like the candy tree over here. I might brighten up the base gingerbread layer a little bit more. Brown is a little harder to see. Let's see what the texture of the gingerbread looks like if we get closer. I like the candy up at the top there, and the windows, the icing around them. Slight candy cane frame around the door, And then yeah, I like this little candy Christmas tree. That looks fun. Very cool. So it actually mapped the light on our house really accurately. So this is a physical spotlight on the back of the house, and it put a virtual one right over the top of that. It's lined up pretty good. Okay, got the animated video part rendered. So I didn't do anything in particular, I just took whatever defaults there were. There was a couple different model options, I think, to do the video. Lots of different features I'll have to play around with. I'm doing just the basics here. Ooh, that is my dance. My house is dancing. Put a little music to that. Okay, I did one other video. Let's see how that one looks. Okay, here's the other one. That is trippy. You notice that things show up pretty good on our roof on our shingles. I may or may not have chosen light colored shingles when it came time to replace those a few years back so that it shows up better on projections. That's crazy. It's cool. So there you go. There's the demo of the basic features. I'm going to go put it back on one of the other still image ones so my neighbors don't get too crazy or think that I'm tripping over here. And then one more before we call it a night. This is just a basic Tim Burton prompt. I like the colors. Then maybe one of these nights our Disneyland Haunted Mansion hearse over there. That might be a fun one to try to map with this and see what it would look like. Except I gotta put some screens in the window so it has something to project on. But that would be cool to see what illumibot would do with that. Alright, so I chose the back of the house to start because it's nice flat surface and to get kind of familiar with how the tool works. So I will, for the next video, for part 3, I'll do this on the front of the house. That one could be a little trickier because I'm up pretty high. I'm on my projector post. It's about 5 feet high, and it's I have to angle the projector pretty steeply in order to cover the whole house. And then really what's tricky once all that happens is the perspectives on the house. There's lots of angles, and in the past when I've used Photo Leap, it's struggled to actually match the perspective correctly. It's something I've still had to manually power pin in After Effects to get things to match the perspective. So let's see if the model that illumibot is going to work with all those steep angles. Until then, if you have illumibot, let me know how it's working for you, and show me any cool creations you guys are doing. And we're, once we get through, it's end of May right now. Once usually we get Independence Day behind us, then the season starts to pick up. So coming soon, we're going to be ramping up for holiday season.